Glossophobia. Do you know what that is?
Lip gloss?
Glossophobia. No, it's not a fear of lip gloss. It is also known as speech anxiety, the fear of public speaking. The word glossophobia derives from the Greek word glossa, meaning tongue, and phobos, fear or dread. A lot of us new to Toastmasters and even more experienced in Toastmasters have symptoms of glossophobia, especially when it's their turn to do something in a given meeting. Some people fear public speaking more than death. True. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about overcoming or controlling your fear. Fear is caused by anxiety. And this anxiety has a lot of different triggers. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to switch slides here occasionally. So, got some buzzing going. Anyways, so some of these anxiety triggers are new situations. New situations could be giving a speech for the first time or the 12th time. A lot of people just don't get over that, so we like it. Also, being put on the spot in a meeting at work by your boss, being asked a question that you don't know an answer to, going into a social situation where you're meeting or talking to new people that you didn't have any, familiarity with. Also, risk of failure. So just the fear of that you're going to not be successful at what you're trying to do or convey to your audience. Feeling foolish is a good one. Like people not taking you seriously when you're up giving a serious topic or speech. And the worst one of my greatest fears is the fear of being boring. Going up there and people just starting to doodle and not paying attention to you, zone out. So anxiety symptoms. Those are derived mostly from the adrenaline you get from that, adrenaline pumping through your body. You can see a definite increase in heart rate. You can feel butterflies in your stomach. You can get the shakes. You can also feel lightheaded. Sometimes you can get dizzy. So today we're going to talk about 3 areas that you can help manage this anxiety. We're going to start with experience, we're going to go to visualization, and we're going to talk about relaxation. Let's go ahead and talk about the first area, experience. So experience really is just, in other words, practice. Okay? Practice as much as you can in front of a mirror. Record yourself on that cell phone. Talk in front of your family or friends. Say, hey, you got 10 minutes, you can listen to my speech. Joining a club, such as a Toastmasters club, is a really great captive audience for you to help practice your speech. You're not necessarily confined to your workbook assignments. You can give a work presentation or a work speech and frame it as one of your Toastmaster assignments. And just basically wherever you can, practice. So if you enter contests, another good idea is to enter contests. Speaking at your church or other club that's not Toastmasters, if you're a member of Boy Scouts or Rotary Club or something, you can practice a lot of this stuff amongst your fellow club members and get a lot of good practice. Next, we'll talk about visualization. So this is basically practicing the speech in your mind. And this is from beginning to end. You're being introduced. You're walking up to the podium, shaking the Toastmaster's hand. From start to finish. Practicing this over and over in your mind. How it's going to go. Because that can only help you at the day of. Go through the motions that you visualized and help, flesh out that speech presentation. The next and final area I was going to talk about is relaxation. So there's some practices or physical activities you can do to help you relax. I'm not sure if the slide has, okay, it does. Isometric exercises. So this is things you can do with your body to help you relax, such as, tighten your muscles and release them. Get tense and then just let it go. Standing and stretching to the ceiling. Doing little circles in your arms. It's going to get your mind off. These activities are going to get your mind off what's making you nervous, how you're going to be boring or fail or whatever. No, this is just putting you in the zone, right? Rolling your head around your shoulders. Another activity that you're just focusing on what you're doing with your body and not about anything else. Breathing from the diaphragm. This is important. Getting more of that oxygen to your brain. Working through that adrenaline that's pumping through your system. So breathing in. You can practice. I'm not going to do it for you, but you can lie on the floor. Put a book on your stomach, and you can breathe, and you can see that book go up and down. And that's how you can see that you're using your diaphragm as opposed to your lungs. So ladies and gentlemen, just to go over once again some of our 3 areas that I talked about as far as managing your anxiety. We talked about experience, so just practicing. Visualization, this is where you imagine your entire speech, putting yourself through your entire presentation in your mind over and over again. And then that process of relaxation. By using these techniques, I hope that you will have far less of those symptoms attributed to glossophobia. Thank you very much.